Today I'll be showing you how to print and assemble your PDF sewing pattern from start to finish, printing, trimming, and taping it all together. Let's get started. The steps and method I'm about to show you in this video works for almost any PDF sewing pattern, so feel free to follow along with whatever pattern you have on hand. For this tutorial, I'll be using my scrunchie bundle pattern, and it's completely for free to download right now. It will be only free for a limited time before it's listed as a paid pattern. So if you would like to grab it while it's free, you can find the pattern link in the description or at the top right corner. Okay, now we can officially start with the tutorial. We will start by printing just the first page. The first page includes a test square which should measure exactly 4 by 4 centimeter. It's really important to print only this page first so you can measure the square and then make sure everything is printing at the correct scale. Once you've printed the first page and the test square measures correctly, you can go ahead and print the rest of the pattern pages. You will need just two things to put the pattern together, some tape and a pair of scissors. And just a quick note, try not to use your fabric scissors for this part. Your fabric scissors should be only used for fabric. Before we start assembling, here's something important to look at. This is the pattern layout. It shows you how the pages are supposed to be arranged. Each page is labeled like A1, A2, A3, and so on. And this layout image helps you piece everything together in the right order. It is basically kind of like a puzzle, and this will be your guide to make sure everything goes smoothly. This is my first page, and right here at the top you will see it's labeled as A1. That label tells you exactly where the page goes in the overall pattern layout. In my patterns, the labels are at the top, but keep in mind other pattern designers might put theirs in a different spot. Next, we'll have page A2, and you will keep matching the letters and numbers like the pattern layout. Before we start taping the pattern together, we're gonna do a little trimming. You just cut a diagonal line, kind of like a triangle, on all four corners of the page. I've tried a bunch of ways, but honestly, this one saves me so much time, and it's a really quick method once you try it out. And please make sure you're trimming along that gray border line and not the black one. The black border is for when you're cutting the actual pattern after it's all taped together. Give all four corners of each page a little corner haircut. And you should do this for all of your pages. That way, everything will line up perfectly when we start taping. Once you're done trimming, you will probably have a bunch of little triangles all over your table. Just tidy those up and you're all set to start taping your pattern pages together. Now it's time to start overlapping the pages. You want to line them up so that the two black border lines meet perfectly. When you overlap the pages like this, you might see a little triangle or a diamond shape form. That's how you know you've got it lined up correctly. You will notice when you overlap your pages, you see two triangle shapes lining up, one at the top and one at the bottom. This will help you know you've got the pages aligned just right. When you overlap the pages, make sure these black lines line up. These black lines are your pattern pieces. You will want to tape along those black lines where the pages meet. This holds everything together and gives you a guide to cut along once the pattern is fully assembled and taped together. Keep doing this for all of your pattern pages, following the pattern layout image we talked about earlier. It's really important to tape along the black lines of the pattern pieces where the pages meet. Since you will be cutting right through this line later, taping it here keeps everything together nicely. This way, your pattern won't fall apart when you cut it out, making the whole process much smoother. Here's my first row all taped together. This is row A. If you look back at the pattern layout guide, you will see it matches exactly. This is a great way to keep track of your progress and make sure everything is correct right before moving on to the next row. Now you will do the same thing with row B and then repeat again for row C, just like what we did with row A. Hopefully by now you're getting the hang of how pattern assembling works. It may seem a little confusing, but once you give it a try, it will all make sense. Just a quick reminder, please make sure you tape along the edges where the pattern pieces will be cut out, just like how I'm doing here. This keeps everything secure so your pattern wouldn't fall apart when you are cutting. It's a small step but makes a huge difference later on. Now that we have all of the rows ready, it's time to match them up and tape them together. To start joining the rows, grab one row and place it on top of the other. When you're lining them up, you will see a diamond shape appear where the corners meet. That's your signal that the rows are lining up perfectly. You can now go ahead and start taping once you've noticed that the diamond shapes are lining up correctly. Now grab the next row and do the same thing. Place one row on top of the other. As you line them up, please make sure a full diamond shape forms at the corners before you tape it down. Once you are done taping, this is what it should look like. To know what your cutting line should look like, please check out the pattern detail file that's included with your purchase. I always recommend to check the pattern detail file. It has all the information that you need to know about your sewing pattern. In this section, you will know what your cutting line should look like. That's the line you will cut along once all your pages are taped together. Now you can go ahead and cut out all your pattern pieces. This part can take a little while, so you can go ahead and make it fun. Put on a movie, put on a TV show, or a podcast, which is my favorite. And yeah. And that's basically it. You're now officially a pro at cutting out patterns. Such a satisfying moment, right? Now you can get to the best part, which is sewing your beautiful project. In my next video, I'll be showing you how to use your pattern pieces for sewing. So if you are having a hard time with that, I highly recommend that you watch the next video, which will be linked at the top right corner or linked at the description.